Far Cry 6 was one of my highlights of last year. From its writing and narrative to its expansive and post-release content, it really smashed it out of the park and brought me back into the Far Cry world. The game was really enjoyable. Post-release content I played through a lot on the channel, and you could see how much fun I had with that. And of course, how could we make this video without talking about the marketing and gameplay overview trailer? Run the jewels playing in the background, and it being all a bit boomy and shooty. Far Cry tweeted out celebrating a year of its release in October. Along with a montage, they had a short teaser with a glowing blue thing at the end. Later at the end of November, we saw a great showcase of the Far Cry world, with some amazing quality of life updates like New Game Plus, Completionist Aid, and the free trial for new members to try out the game before buying it. A number of smaller quality of life updates. We also had our first look at the newest DLC, Lost Between Worlds. When a spacecraft crashes into the island of Yara, we're taken into a new world, with the goal of collecting shards to escape. At the start of the DLC, we're dropped into a fractured version of Yara. Split and broken, we see almost a new environment, brought together, with fragments similar to a mosaic art piece. The game introduces the mechanics of red and blue enemies, having to swap weapons between the two modes depending on what type we're fighting. It's a nice addition to the game, and while it feels a little cumbersome in the heat of the moment, having to swap, I have a controller with back buttons, and after a quick remap, I found it a lot easier to flick between the two. The world is separated with puzzles throughout the map to climb through. It's a fun addition to the world, even if at times a little bit frustrating trying to find some targets or solutions. Overall, without spoilers, the DLC is a bit out there, similar to the Stranger Things DLC. If you can get past some of the quirky mechanics and puzzles, there's a really solid story between it all. The Far Cry development team have clearly worked hard on the DLC, from new mechanics and guns and environment. However, there's a few bugbears I came across in my time playing the DLC. If you followed the channel for a little while, you know I played the Villains DLC, or made a concerted effort to attempt to play the game. I made a video celebrating the vast DLC. With new mechanics and almost a one-life system, it felt great. It was a challenge, and it almost pushed you to get good or get gone. That worked due to the nature of the space and Vass's character. Sadly, it didn't translate as well for the other DLCs, with Pagan Min and Joseph Seed. This sadly returns in this game. I don't like the idea. I play games to enjoy them, to explore the world. If I die, I reload back, just to the last save point. The idea of having to put everything on the line each time I go for a fight doesn't really appeal to me. Places like the Toxic Lands, where enemies sometimes pop up out of nowhere, almost gives you this heightened, always-on panic mode. Is something going to jump out at me and attack me? It got tiring after a while having to try and fight them off. Alongside this, a lack of a mini-map or markers to head towards at times made the game feel really disorientating. The sense of feeling lost happened a lot, and I was never really sure what direction I was supposed to be heading in, sometimes doing loops of areas just trying to find what's next. The multi-portal mechanic is great. The idea reminded me similar to Stanley Parable. Do you take the left portal or the right portal? Each portal space is different and the environments are truly amazing. This DLC, once again, is one of those. If you're into your roguelikes, play it. Savour it. You'll enjoy it. If you prefer Far Cry for what the campaign was, maybe think about it before picking it up. It's cool to see new guns and concepts. Compared to the previous paid DLCs, this one feels better. Part of me wonders what's next for Far Cry 6. While the post-release content and roadmap has come and gone, and even this DLC was a complete surprise, I do wonder, are there any future plans with the game, or is this it? I want to thank Ubisoft for providing me with a key for this review. While my review and thoughts are mixed personally, I do hope it gives you some insight into what to expect with the DLC, and maybe you pick it up and try it out. As always, if you did enjoy this video, make sure to like and subscribe, and as always, thank you, good night.